Okay, at one of his latest rallies, oh Lord have mercy, he's saying, I flew to Iraq. I should give myself the Congressional Medal of Honor that I did that. It was so dangerous. Oh Lord have mercy. And he would. You know, he thinks anything he does is so, he hid from the war how many times, but he flies in a plane over for some meeting or something, and he should get an award for it. And the tariffs, without the tariffs, everybody here would be bankrupt. Nobody here is getting anything from tariffs except for him lining his pocket. But we'd all be bankrupt if he didn't have these tariffs in place. So I just want to see what the cards have to say about this rally that he had. I mean, it's getting more insane every day. Okay. We have the Queen of Wands about his actions, the actions in hand. The Queen of Wands. Underneath driving it is about justice, the balance of the scales of justice. Lord have mercy. He is absolutely nuts. Okay. So let's see what it has to say about his actions that he's doing and about balancing the scales of justice that are underneath of it all, driving it. So, yeah, again, it's charging forward with the actions taking place that are painful. This is mentally, physically painful to see what this idiot is doing. Above it, these are the choices he's making in life. It's always about, grandstanding and putting himself on a pedestal and feeling trying to get away with stuff mentally trying to get away with stuff for everything he does in life. It's all a con. Okay? Again, underneath of it is a new action. Oh, this guy. So it's about letters, documents, information. About the White House and his choices being made in life. What's at the heart of it? His actions. Documents about his actions. Gentlemen. So somebody's looking at the pain of this, the things coming from the White House. Where things are moving, things in motion. When it comes to the whip, so things are going to become ever more difficult because of his insanity. Okay? New actions to bring justice, perhaps. Because at the heart of it, it's about his actions he's doing from the White House. People are looking at documents about what's going on. All of his actions are becoming more egregious, more self-centered, more, revenge, and having to continue to put himself on a pedestal. Now, he also was saying about not getting to heaven. Gee, you think. There is no heaven waiting for this guy. Okay? Why? Why is that? Because the dark cannot stand the light. It's painful. Okay? They hide in the dark. Scurry like rats. So yeah, not going well for him. Let's see the energy of this. I'm going to use the playing cards and we'll look at the energy of this. His rallies and his, just ongoing insanity of what he's saying and doing. And so it's about new action. And what's crossing it is what's being handed out. Concrete things being handed out. Evidence being handed out. What's going on now? Put these away. And yeah, the choices made in life. And what's being shared. Evidence being handed out, what's being shared. Above it, this is painful. Mentally, physically painful. When it comes to this guy. And something new, concrete, coming out. Okay. The thing he said about tariffs and we'd be bankrupt, we'd all be bankrupt without the tariffs. His insanity has reached another level. It's about the things he's trying to get away with. His con, his lies, his deception. When it comes to him bragging about his actions, that he's the controller. Okay? About this information, the mental drive, and what he's trying to construct, what he's trying to build, what he's trying to get away with, and again, trying to control the actions. Being ruled by the actions. We have this wanting a victory, energy going forward, victory. When it comes to some arguments, when it comes to the struggle, the strife, with things being juggled, concrete things being juggled, and when it comes to the end of truth, when it comes to direct truth, okay, painful, going forward, what's being juggled, what's been built, something new coming out when it comes to the truth. And we have this abuse of power. When it comes to the truth, this abuse of power, there are going to be successful arguments in what's being juggled, what's being handed out, and what's being shared. So conflict, all his braggadocious is an insanity on full display. More is going to come out. There will be more pushback against him and his abuse of power, his whole life of running a criminal organization. I said this when I first started reading and coming out on this he will go down with R.I.C.O, running a criminal organization. What he's built, concrete things coming out, the truth of it all. okay? Mentally, the things he tries to control the energy of, the power of, trying to get away with it. The latest scheme, the latest dodge, okay? Something new, concrete coming out, a new action about the choices he's made in life and the pain he's caused and the mental and physical pain. There is a victory of arguments coming with what's being juggled when it comes to the evidence and the truth of it underneath of it all, okay? So again, the abuse of power, what's being handed out, and, oh no, it's an 8, what's being worked on and shared about his abuse of power. I thought it was a 6, it's an 8. So what's being worked on underneath of it all? And what's being worked on is getting ready to take him out, okay? Now we see this happening around the world. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor was just arrested for what? Like basically insider trading type of thing. Now we know Trump has stolen documents. He showed people at Mar-a-Lago. He's got stuff in there buried on the golf course in the casket because he had Ivana cremated immediately, okay? And that casket was heavy that they buried out there. I think he's got a lot of buried evidence underneath of it. People are thinking it's money. No, he's burying evidence. Okay. So on that note, I'll leave that here. But his latest rally, I'm not going to heaven. Yeah, you think. I mean, when Epstein says he is so dirty, he is so corrupt, okay? And you know how dirty and corrupt Epstein was? That Trump is even worse? Okay. There's a lot of stuff, and he's, like I said, he's been doing money laundering, backdoor deals. First thing he got into office, he had his son run over and try to create a back channel to Russia at the Russian embassy so they wouldn't see what he was saying. Netanyahu's got him under his thumb. So it is so corrupt, so dirty, so filthy, but things are coming out now. The world is starting to stand up, and U.S. cannot go forever with ignoring this. He thinks because he is untouchable, or so he thinks, because of what Supreme Court said, that he's going to get away with all of it. So he can make a corrupt administration, all pedophiles, all sexual assault people there. More and more of his people are coming out in affairs and sexual, it is so dirty. It is so dirty there. But things are moving. Things are beginning to move across the world, and the U.S. cannot ignore this forever. His days are numbered. He and his cohorts are going down for the count. So on that note, I'll leave that here, and we'll see you online.